169, right? So it's 169 plus 81 is equal to x squared. And so this is going to be 0, carry the 1, and you got 8, really 9 and 6, that's 15, carry the 1, and that's 2, right? So we got 250 equals x squared, okay? And that's basically simplification twice over. So 8 was substitution, 9 and 10 were both simplification, okay? And so is 11, right? Because we got to square root it, okay? But here's where you need to break down that 250. Because you can't just have, so this is the next level. Okay? If you remember last year in Algebra 1, I taught you this. This is huge. This will be on that state test. You have to be able to break down a square root. They're going to give you square roots, and you can't just plug it into the calculator. Some of them you can, and you can get a number. Right, Skylar? Because it's really important that you wake up and you write this stuff down and follow along. Because just sleeping every day, it just doesn't cut it, right? They're not going to be able to actually pass this class at the end of the semester like last semester, because it's not that easy. Last semester was. This semester is nothing but hardness. And I'm telling you, it will get hard every day. Every day. Look at this. The math we're doing right now is so much more difficult than last semester, isn't it? Realize it real quick. We're not even into the semester 2 weeks. And look at the stuff we're doing. And it only gets worse. So please take note, because if you get behind, you're going to feel like you're drowning in this class. It's not going to be pretty. Okay? I promise you. I am just the guy giving out the information. Okay? Alright, so I need to learn how to break this down. Now, in other classes, like my daughter, she's like, oh man, my teacher makes it so complicated. Because you got to find how many exponents they are and grab the lowest exponent. I'm like, Sophie, it's not that difficult. I'm like, would you just listen to your dad? I have an easy way. So I show her the way, and she's like, oh, that is easy. And I'm like, I've been showing you this since 7th grade, okay? It kills me. You're in 9th grade now. Will you please listen to me? Because I know what I'm talking about, okay? It's so easy, okay? So what we're going to do is break this down using primes. Alright? Our primes are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and so forth. Okay? We use this prime factorization, and it's so very simple. Alright? So what goes in here? 2. How many times? 1. How many times does it go into 5? 2 goes into 5 twice with 1 left over, right? 2 goes into 10 5 times. Does 2 go into 125? Does 3? Our trick for 3 is, that's 3 plus 5 is 8. 3 doesn't go into 8. So 3 doesn't go into 125 either. So does 5? Of course, because our trick is, if it ends in a 0 or a 5, then 5 goes into it. How many times? Well, 5 times 25. 5 quarters in $1.25, right? So, how many 5s in that? Well, 5. There's 5 nickels in a quarter, right? Then how many 5s in that? Well, there's 5 pennies, right? And when you get to 1, you're done. And the beauty of this is you pick out your pairs. The square root has a hidden 2 here. We've talked about this. Okay? I can get complicated and go, this is 250 to the 1/2 power. Okay? And then get all confused with you. But it's not that confusing. You don't have to be that difficult with it. Just know that when you have a square root, you're taking out pairs. If you have a cubed root where there's a 3 right here, you're taking out triplets. If there's a 4, you're taking out quadruplets. And 5 and so forth, right? It's easy. So we're taking out pairs. How many pairs are there? I only see 1 pair of 5s. Does that make sense? So I'm going to take out 1 for every pair. So this pair turns into 1. Okay? That's outside of the radical. Whatever I don't circle stays inside the radical. 2 times 5. What is 2 times 5? 10, right? So this is 5 square roots of 10. And that is x. So 5 square roots of 10 is x. And that is your answer. Okay? That's your real answer. Now, if you want to plug it in your calculator after that, because I do suggest that you learn how to do that. Okay? Because sometimes they want both answers. Sometimes they want just one. Okay? Sometimes they're going to ask you for this, and sometimes they're going to ask you for the decimal. Okay? So you have to know how to find the answer. Now, I can put in this. The square root of 250 is 15.81. Okay? Now, if you put in the square root of 5 times, or this 5 times the square root of 10, you should get the same number, 15.81. And that's how you know you did it right. Okay? So a lot of kids do kind of cheat. They go, well, hey, I'll figure out what this is on my calculator, right? And then I'll look at A, B, and C, and D, and I'll figure out which one is the same decimal. I'll be like, oh, that D, if I plug this into my calculator, is 15.81. And that's great if they let you use a calculator. Remember, on the state test, the calculator is on some of the problems, and it's not on some of the problems. Okay? So you have to take that into consideration. I think I'm going to stop this and then move on to 31. Okay?